Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Francine Ayala. I am the CEO founder of Wheela and also Wheela Connects. And I had to jump in here during this holiday season to bring somebody that is going to share something of value with you all who tend to take the holidays and make it a crazy time or make it an overwhelming time. And it really, really doesn't have to be. So she's here to share some tips with you that can get you feeling more at peace and calm during the holiday season so that you can enjoy it with your family. That's what we want. We want to be able to spread the love, the cheer, the happiness, and the joy. So before I allow her to speak or give her the floor, I want to share a little bit about what she does. So Melissa Cave is a life coach who helps mom keep their cool when stuff really hits the fan, right? She helps moms shift from trying to be from trying to impossibly control and change their kids' behavior to focusing on what is actually within their control, their own behavior. Melissa helps moms know they can handle whatever motherhood throws their way, crying, meltdowns, tantrums, bring it on, because we've got this as moms, right? She's married to her high school sweetheart, and together they're raising two amazing kids. Her family motto is presence over progress, and she's hands down chooses comfort over style any day. My kind of person, my kind of girl, my kind of contact, because you have to control within you in order to control what is going on around you. So I love that she's going to share today to really keep your calm and holiday on. So without further ado, thank you, Melissa Cave, for joining me today and sharing these tips and values with mamas out there.
Yes.
Take it away, hon.
So happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And I love your holiday red.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, yes. So yeah, the holiday season, right? It can tend to be so crazy. And I think often we kind of get caught up in it without really stepping back to think about things. Like maybe we started doing things, traditions, or all these events and activities, and we just kind of feel like we have to, without really questioning, like, oh, is that actually fun? Do I actually want to do that? And there's like this pressure that we have to do all these things and attend all these events.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it's so profound that you said this pressure. And it's like, why do we always feel that we need to rise up to every single occasion? One of the biggest, pillars in our nonprofit is self-care, mental health for women. And it is so important that we take care of us first, because we can't be fully present in our lives with our children or with our spouses, or with our partners or with anybody if we're not filling our own cup. And so I love that you put an emphasis on that. So thank you for sharing. So how would they go about, taking steps to help calm them during this time and during this season? What would you say to your clients?
Yeah, well, I don't want to go too far, too advanced, but the bottom line and what I do work with my clients on is that our feelings actually come from our thoughts. And so, often we think it's whatever is happening that we're observing, right? Or whatever our for the example with kids, whatever our kid is doing or saying, that's why we're frustrated. That's why we're mad. But it's not that. I know that feels true. And that's why we work on this for, several weeks together. But the whatever's happening that your kid's doing, and then you have a thought about it, this shouldn't be happening. They shouldn't be saying this. He's being disrespectful. And then that's what's actually causing you to feel frustrated, mad, whatever. So the key then is to just notice. I mean, that's the first step, just to start becoming aware of what you are actually thinking when those things are happening. Oh, like you notice yourself feeling frustrated. Okay, why am I frustrated? What am I thinking? Oh, yeah, this shouldn't be happening. That's not my expectation. So of course it makes sense that I'm feeling frustrated. And so just becoming aware, and then self-compassion is huge. I know for me as a mom, the first time when I heard that idea, that concept, it felt so foreign to me. That just wasn't the way I was raised. Like be nice to myself, which sounds so terrible, but it's for sure a skill that I've had to learn. Like, oh wait, I can forgive myself when I mess up, and I can talk nicely to myself. Like, I know my default brain chatter was very, very negative. So just being compassionate and gentle with yourself.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. And it's so true. So many people don't realize that the awareness of what's happening, their thoughts control their emotions, their feelings within. And then that leads them to action, whether it's good or bad. And then that then displays a type of result. How is that good or bad? How is, what is it, the end result that you want out of this situation? And so I find that so important to be aware and to, like, have that self compassion, so understand that, you're doing your best, you're doing whatever it takes to control within. And I always say, like, respond before you react. So allow yourself to respond and to take in that space before you actually react. So, have that, that conversation in your head and just, okay, I'm going to step back a moment and just see, kind of look at everything. Right. So yes, definitely.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
Stepping away is huge, and something I even forget to do sometimes, even just last night.
Yes.
I lost my cool, and then I had to talk myself through that. And I think
Yes.
learning to feel our feelings is another huge one that I was not brought up learning. So I'm still working on that. And that's what I told my son. I was like, look, like, I apologize. I'm like, that shouldn't have happened. That was not how I should have handled that. And I'm like, I wasn't taught this. That's not an excuse. That doesn't make it okay. But like, I'm still learning this too, as I'm trying to teach you, which makes it kind of challenging sometimes.
Yes.
But that was what I did. So I was asking myself, okay, this is like what I work on with my clients. What did I not do that I needed to do in that moment? Okay, yes, I needed to step away so that I could calm myself. Then I could be able to get perspective, right? And then show up in the way that I want to show up. Versus
Correct.
what's not helpful.
Yes. And it's so true, because again, we're not perfect. I don't know how many times, like, I mean, my son's 26 now, but I don't know how many times I like went off on a rant on this kid, So,
Right.
So of course we get to understand what we went through and what we, weren't brought up on, or, the situations that our, past has instilled upon us to react in certain situations. So just give yourself self-love, self-care, understand that, you're not perfect. Everybody's not perfect. We are all not perfect, but we have the resources and tools given to us so that we know how to respond differently. And that's what Melissa does to help her clients, feel at ease and feel better, knowing that they're doing their best, and giving them the, the resources so that they can show up as the best mom they can be to their kids, and I get it. And she's doing it too. I did it too. And just, allow yourself that compassion. So during the holidays, women tend to get a little more, I guess, frustrated and feeling like, out of control, where they're not able to, like, finish everything. Kids are going crazy. There's all this madness. And what tip would you give to those women that are just like, oh my goodness, like, I'm about to have a meltdown? Like, what would you advise them to do?
Yeah. So two things. I think the first is, like I kind of alluded to in the beginning, it's okay to say no.
Yes.
So when you're looking at all events, all the different things to do, if you're like, that really doesn't sound fun, like, I don't want to go, it's okay to say no, even if it's like your family or your close friends. Like, if you would rather, sit at home and watch a movie with your family, like, it's okay to decline an invitation. So like, just know that there's that permission there to do that.
Yes.
The second thing I would say is to really question why you feel that pressure to do all the things. Because probably right why we're feeling the overwhelmed with all the things is like, again, we have these expectations of these, we need to live up to all these things. We need to do this and do that, and it all has to be perfect. And it's like, but why? Like, why do we actually think that? And that can just bring, like, allow you to notice some things about yourself, maybe some, again, thoughts that you're having about the way things have to be. But maybe like that's not true. And so maybe where can you start to really question that and think about like, oh, I thought I had to do XYZ, but like I just didn't stop and take the time to like step back and be like, wait a minute. Because here's the bottom line for me, it's like, I know Christmas tends to focus on the kids, right? And especially when they're younger and they believe and it's the magic and all this stuff, but it's like you get to enjoy it too. I think for moms, sometimes we're so busy doing all the things, right? Just trying to make it perfect, so to speak. And like, we're not enjoying it. And like the other thing that goes along with that is like, on some level, we're trying to like make it magical and have our kids be happy. But again, their feeling of happy isn't coming from all the things you're doing. It's coming from what they're thinking about it. And so like, it's not your job. I know we want to, I know that's a tendency, but like at the end of the day, our job, like we have to take care of us too. It's not just to make them happy.
Absolutely. And I think that's where a lot of women don't realize that, because it's like, we're nurturers by nature, we just want to be able to take care of everyone. And so we have to really focus on how ourselves need to be taken care of first so that we can then take care of others. And so, so I love that, you spoke about not, it's okay to say no. It's okay. It's okay to take a mental health day and just say, I can't, I'm not feeling well. That is completely fine, right? And just say, I just can't. And then, like you said, the feelings around it, what is it that you're feeling? What are the emotions that are coming up? And you know what? Some of it could be past trauma, past, situations, past incidences that ultimately affected you overall, and then this is why you're responding this way. So awareness is a key just in anything that's happening in your life, and just having that conversation, connecting with a coach, a mentor, somebody that can guide you in this space that you continue to struggle in. So I just wanted to say thank you, Melissa, for coming on with me. I truly appreciate it. We wanted to bring up value to all you amazing moms out there that are doing everything you can to, make Christmas amazing for your children and stay and keep your sanity at the same time. So we get it. We get it, believe me. But I want you to enjoy the love, the happiness and the joy that is within the spirit of Christmas. Understand that your kids are loved no matter what. Give them that love, that constant reminder that it's not about gifts. It's not about, all the parties you need to attend. It's about the love. It's about the joy that you bring. And if you're spiritual like I am, it is the birth of Jesus coming. So I love to share that and just the excitement of all of that. So I just want to thank you again, Melissa. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on and giving feedback to women that are just, that need to hear that need that reassurance that it's okay, that they're okay. So if you all want to hear more and connect with Melissa, how can they get a hold of you?
Yes, so I am most active on Instagram at Rethink Motherhood. I also have a podcast recently out just this month. I launched on my birthday. So in my Instagram bio, there's a link kind of to like different freebies and my podcast and my email. It's melissa@rethinkmotherhood.com. And of course, my website is rethinkmotherhood.com. So any of those ways, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you work on this more. Like Francine said, if you want to work together one-on-one, on your specific struggles and getting you where you want to be so you can show up as the mom you want to be, I'd love to help you.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And yes, definitely reach out to her. And then, stay blessed out there, know that it's a beautiful time to spend with family and loved ones. Yes. All right, everyone. So until next time, thank you so much for joining. Bye.
All right. Thanks.